Rosie here. I've got a great new book to show you today, and it's a little bit magical. It's called Clara's Search for Magic, written by Alexis Hunter, illustrated by Ira Baykovska. Clara's Search for Magic. The town of Greenleaf was very busy. Today was the day of the fair. On the town common sat a big blue tent and a sign which read, Mr. Mobobo and the Bubblicious Organ. Surrounding the tent were market stalls of all sizes selling sparkling jewels, delicious cakes, and mysterious magical brews. Anything you could imagine. Everyone was excited. Everyone except Clara. Clara longed to attend the School of Magic, and today she had met the headmaster, Mr. Figwhistle. He was very tall, and his face was as long and thin as could be. Perched upon his face was a pointy nose and lips that were pinched tightly together. He had peered at Clara and said in a cross voice, "You are the most extraordinary girl I have ever met. You cannot do magic." Then he closed the door. Now Clara sat watching everyone hurrying here and there, and she had a brilliant idea. The town is full of magical folks today. I'll ask them where I can find some magic. Then I can go join the School of Magic. With that, she set off across the common. The first magical being that Clara came upon was a witch wearing a tall, crooked hat of purple felt. "Excuse me, Miss Witch, my name is Clara. I want to join the School of Magic, but the headmaster said I'm too ordinary. Can you tell me where you got your magic?"
"Hello," said the witch in a croaky voice. "You can call me Marge, but I don't think I can help you. My family are born with magic in them."
Then she gave a wink.
"I did see a rather extraordinary rabbit earlier. Perhaps he can help."
Clara gave a cheery wave as she headed off in search of a rabbit. On the far side of the common, Clara saw a colony of rabbits. They played and chased each other across the grass. Amongst the rabbits of brown, black, and gray fur, she was delighted to see a pink rabbit. Then red, now green. The rabbit was changing colors right before her eyes. He must be a magical rainbow rabbit. "Hello," shouted Clara. "I'm sorry to interrupt your game, but I was wondering if I could ask the rainbow rabbit a question." The rainbow rabbit hopped forward. His eyes were bright, his ears alert, and now he was a lovely shade of orange. "How can I help?" he asked. With the rabbits all listening carefully, Clara told them about her dream to learn magic and about how rude Mr. Figwhistle had been. "So you see, I was wondering if you could tell me where you found your magic. Maybe then I wouldn't be so ordinary." The rainbow rabbit had turned blue. "I'm sorry, Clara, but I didn't find my magic. I have always been this way." Seeing how sad this news made Clara, the rabbit thought very hard. "We saw a fairy prince at the market earlier. He was selling enormous carrots. This is some incredible magic. Surely he can help you." "Oh, thank you," said Clara, and left the rabbits to their games. As Clara hunted through the many stalls, whenever she saw a person who seemed the least bit magical, she asked her question. Each person could only tell her that they knew of no magic that she could find. Finally, Clara found a stall covered in green vines. On the stall were the most amazing vegetables. Colossal cabbages, tremendous turnips, and humongous fungus were everywhere. Clara guessed that this might just be the fairy prince. "Hello," she called. "Is anyone there?" And up popped a fairy. Prince Thistle-Twist at your service, he said. Pleased to meet you, your majesty, said Clara. My name is Clara. I can tell by your vegetables that you have some amazing magic. Could you tell me where you found it? I'm trying to become less ordinary. The prince smiled. They are magnificent vegetables, aren't they? But my magic comes from my heart. I didn't find it. I send my love to the plants, and in return, they grow. Clara thanked the fairy prince and bid him farewell. The search for magic had failed. Clara had been all over the common, and everyone she asked said the same thing. Magic came from inside. According to Mr. Figwhistle, Clara was just ordinary, and so she had no magic. Feeling sad, Clara turned to walk home. Suddenly, music and bubbles began to fill the air, sparkling globes that drifted merrily between the fairgoers. Wherever the bubbles blew, laughter followed. There was Marge, her skirts swirling as she danced and caught bubbles. There was the Rainbow Rabbit, a glorious shade of sunshine yellow as he happily chased the bubbles with his friends. Everyone was smiling. Even Clara started to smile. The one person who was not smiling was Mr. Figwhistle. He rushed past Clara, glaring at the bubbles and flapping his hands to clear them out of his way. One brave bubble bopped its way past those waving hands, and bold as can be, it landed on the very tip of Mr. Figwhistle's very pointy nose. Mr. Figwhistle's mouth made a little round "oh" of surprise, and with a quiet "pop," the bubble disappeared. That was when an incredible thing happened. First, Mr. Figwhistle's lip gave a little twitch. Then, much to Clara's amazement, he smiled. The bubbles must be magic. Clara ran as fast as her legs would carry her, following the source of the bubbles until she came to the big blue tent, which now had a giant organ in front of it. A man with a round belly and the bushiest eyebrows that Clara had ever seen was playing the organ while bubbles and music flowed from the giant pipes above. "Excuse me, sir. My name is Clara, and I have to know, how did you make the magic bubbles?" The man wriggled his eyebrows with glee. "Mr. Mabobo is the name, and magic they are indeed." He lifted up the tent so that Clara could peek inside. There sat a huge wooden tub filled with foamy froth from which the organ pipes would suck up magic bubble-making liquid. "Well," said Mr. Mabobo. "Is it a potion?" asked Clara. "Oh, no," said Mr. Mabobo, and laughed a great booming laugh. He pointed to big barrels and boxes at the back of the tent. The word "water" was on the barrels and "soap" on the boxes. Clara was very disappointed. "I don't understand. I thought they were magic." Mr. Mabobo pointed at the people outside, who were still laughing and chasing the bubbles. "Seems like magic to me," he said. "But it's soap and water," said Clara. "It's just ordinary." Mr. Mabobo looked at her and raised his bushy eyebrows so high that Clara worried they might fly right off his face. "Dear Clara," he said, "sometimes the most extraordinary magic is made from the most ordinary ingredients." Just like that, Clara understood. It didn't matter if Mr. Figwhistle thought she was the most ordinary girl in the world. She felt it. It tingled in her fingers and toes and sang in her heart. There was magic inside her. There always had been. The end. I hope you enjoyed Alexis Hunter's book, Clara's Search for Magic. It's kind of neat that the magic was actually inside Clara all along. Go enjoy the magic inside you. Thanks, guys, for listening. Bye, friends.